as her godlessness is the direct opposite of the godliness and innocence that Hansel and Gretel display. However, there is no insight as to what plagues the witch, causing her evilness and cannibalistic tendencies. Although it is clear that the witch wants to eat Hansel and Gretel, there is no direct cause for her madness, besides the fact that she is hungry. The lack of insight towards the witch shows that she does not play a major role in the tale and is a mere obstacle that Hansel and Gretel must surpass. Because the tale does not focus on the plight of the witch, Hansel and Gretel's struggle to overcome her plight is emphasized. The reader is then forced to focus on the persistence and innocence of Hansel and Gretel, rather than the witch's struggle to feed on her prey. The lack of focus on the witch not only gives a central message toward that of Hansel and Gretel's goodness, but also diminishes the terror presented by the witch, as there is only speculation toward her evilness, and she does not actually commit any evil acts. The diminishment of terror and lack of insight towards the witch is exactly what Hansel and Gretel Get Baked attempts to provide. Although the witch is adapted in the film, she does share a common characteristic with the witch in the original. She uses a lure to bring in her prey. However, in this film, the witch uses marijuana instead of a house made of candy. As the witch lures in her marijuana-loving victims, she begins eating them one by one. As the witch eats, she begins looking and feeling younger. When she starts looking younger, her need for youth grows extraordinarily stronger, and it becomes clear that she will do whatever it takes to satisfy her craving. This yearning for youth allows the viewer to empathize with the witch, as her immoral, cannibalistic desires are directly inspired by a deeper desire, a desire that many can relate to. It is clear that the witch serves as an adaptable symbol, as she represents pure evil in the original, but represents a much more complex idea in the film. The witch becomes a representation of the unending desire for youth that is abundantly present in today's society. Throughout the film, the witch demonstrates the power of her desire as she does whatever necessary to soothe her craving for human flesh. For example, after severely torturing Gretel's boyfriend, the witch takes his soul, looks in the mirror and claims, "Now this is better," completely discarding the abominable act she had just committed. The witch not only has a craving for human flesh, but will do whatever is necessary to satisfy her craving. Although much older than in the original, Hansel and Gretel are portrayed as innocent throughout the film. Hansel does not use marijuana and spends most of his time taking pictures and posting them on the internet. Gretel, while she is a stoner and participates in wrongful behavior, shows that she has an innocent heart as she is completely distraught over her missing boyfriend. The innocence of both these characters can specifically be seen through director Dwayne Journey's use of the two-shot, as Hansel and Gretel have several intimate brother and sister moments. For example, as Gretel loses hope of ever finding her boyfriend, Hansel wraps her in a hug and soothingly says, "It's going to be okay." Although the innocence of Hansel and Gretel is clearly portrayed and they defeat the evil witch, their plight is overshadowed by the witch's immoral job for youth, making the central message of the film the price of eternal youth for the witch, rather than the persistence and problem-solving of Hansel and Gretel. The implementation of this theme also heightens the witch's terror. Unlike the original, the witch kills and decapitates several victims before attempting to prey on Hansel and Gretel. The witch's terror is first seen as she captures and tortures her victims. In this gruesome and grotesque scene, the witch takes out her victim's eyes and cuts off his legs. The witch's horrific acts only become more wicked and immoral as the film progresses, and she kills and eats several more victims, displaying no signs of resentment towards her heinous acts. By displaying the witch's crimes in gruesome detail and providing the reason for her madness, Journey transforms the witch into not only a symbol of the immoral drive for youth, but also one of great terror. This terror reinforces the central message of the film, as the witch turns into a horrifying being with no moral compass, while also intensifying the horror of the film as a whole. While the film focuses on the plight of the witch, it also keeps the plot of the original, as Hansel and Gretel battle and defeat the evil witch. However, by adapting the witch to serve as a symbol of the desire for youth, Journey completely shifts the central message of the tale, as he portrays a situation where the drive for youth causes the witch to go mad. This adaptation also allowed Journey to display the tale in horrific fashion, as the witch commits appalling and ghastly acts. In the final scene of the film, the witch, whom Hansel and Gretel supposedly burnt to death, escapes death and is seen riding off into the distance. By displaying the witch as an immortal figure, Journey manifests that the desire for youth is a desire that will never fade.